am so excited about today. Today we are celebrating a 28-year veteran of the San Francisco Fire Department, a man who put himself in harm's way to keep all of us safe, and a man who turned one of the worst moments of his life into a mission that saved countless others, including many people here with us today. In 2001, Tony Stefani was diagnosed with cancer. As the captain of rescue at Station 1, right here, he knew there would be dangers in this line of work. After being diagnosed with cancer and using his sick days recovering from treatment, 200 of Tony's fellow officers stepped up to give him their vacation days. They each donated a day of their leave, over a year's worth of service, allowing him to retire with a full pension. The way people came together for Tony, that's a story about who firefighters are, about what it means to wear this city's uniform. More than 5 years later, Tony paid that kindness forward and founded the San Francisco Firefighters Cancer Prevention Foundation. Today, the foundation is 20 years old, and it looks out for firefighters in the same way Tony's fellow firefighters once looked out for him. By helping find the treatment that's right, covering second opinions and the cost of travel, they are working to guide firefighters through some of the hardest times of their lives. Since taking office, I've come to understand just how much this city depends on the people who run toward danger when the rest of us run the other way. Tony has gone above and beyond that. He not only ran toward danger, but now he also makes sure others don't have to face it alone. Through the San Francisco Firefighters Cancer Prevention Foundation, he's made sure that no firefighters battle cancer without someone in their corner, the way his own department once stood in his. Tony, you have already left an impact that will live on in the streets of San Francisco. Now, renaming this street, right where you used to work, to Tony Stefani Way, your heroism and leadership will be a permanent reminder of what it means to serve this city. Thank you for your service to San Francisco, Tony. We appreciate you. I would like to now introduce our supervisor of this great district, Matt Dorsey.
Thanks so much, Mayor Lurie. Welcome to District 6, everybody, and thank you everyone who's here today to celebrate Tony and this incredibly well-deserved honor. I want to acknowledge how fitting it is that we are here honoring Tony. Fire Station 1 is right here. This is the place where Tony spent most of his 28 years with the San Francisco Fire Department and rose to the rank of Captain of Rescue 1, one of the busiest rescue units in the country. Tony spent decades here, doing the work of protecting San Francisco, and ultimately that same sense of service led him to take on another fight, protecting the health of his fellow firefighters. In creating the San Francisco Firefighters Cancer Prevention Foundation in 2006, Tony described his motivation as wanting to pay it forward. That phrase says a lot about Tony. His work has always been about the firefighters coming up behind him, making sure that they're better protected, better informed, and have better odds of living long, healthy lives after a career that is spent protecting the rest of us. For me, that's what makes this street renaming so meaningful and so well-deserved. We do this because we want our city to honor those who've honored us in remarkable and extraordinary ways, with their talent and their time, those who've sacrificed not just for the safety of our residents and our visitors, but for the safety and well-being of the countless first responders who will follow. Tony, thank you for your 28 years of service to our city, for everything that you have done since, and especially for the generations of firefighters whose lives will be healthier and longer because of the extraordinary work you did to pay it forward. Thank you, Tony. And next, I would like to introduce, you know him as the fire chief. I know him as the bearer of bad news on my text messages. Please welcome Fire Chief Dean Crispin.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, thank you, Mayor Lurie, Supervisor Dorsey, the rest of the Board of Supervisors for enacting this very important legislation and honoring our hero, Tony Stefani. And also thank you for your continuous and steadfast support for public safety and the fire department. What does it mean to be an alley cat in the San Francisco Fire Department? Well, it means physically you worked at one of three Station 1s, 416 Jesse in the alley, 676 Howard, currently the Museum of Modern Art, or 935 Folsom, right behind me. But the deeper meaning of being an alley cat is you're willing to give a little bit more. You love this city. You're willing to go home tired. You care. You try your hardest. You're brave. You're heroic. You're special. And most importantly, take care of each other. At a third alarm fire last year in the Marina District, one of our own from Rescue 1, who's in attendance here, fell through a floor, severely injured his back. The halls were filled in the hospital with members from Station 1. And our fantastic mayor was in attendance as well. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Now, a lot of members from this station and others retire. They buy golf clubs or a pickleball racket. They hope to live long enough to be good at either one of those sports. Tony Stefani bought a URL. He bought a website, committed the rest of his life to keeping us safe and healthy and alive. Thank you so much, Tony. Now, my favorite part of this firehouse is on the second floor, and I invite you all to go upstairs and witness it. It's where all of our plaques are displayed for all the members who have performed heroic acts over the years and received meritorious awards. Now, I'm very honored to have worked with Captain Stefani in the fire department in the field. He was actually my training officer in 1990. But I'll say this, all of us were honored to work with him. And you members that put a 1 on your helmet right now, going forward, are very lucky. Because when you drive to work and you drive home tired and exhausted, you get to look up at that sign and see the name of the greatest alley cat to ever live, Tony Stefani. Congratulations. I would now like to introduce President of Local 798, Sam Gebler. And before I introduce him, I would like to thank Local 798 for all their support in keeping our members safe, as well as the Cancer Prevention Foundation at large, and Battalion Chief Matthew Alba, who's been instrumental in keeping our members healthy. Thank you, everybody.
Good morning, everyone. It's quite the crowd we have here. I gotta say, I couldn't be happier to be here. My name's Sam Gebler. I'm the president of the San Francisco Firefighters, Local 798. Yesterday, I was fortunate enough to come home from Texas, where we had our International Association of Firefighters convention. And it's 120 degrees there, and I couldn't be more grateful for this weather. So I love San Francisco. And the reason I tell you this is because the work that Tony Stefani has done with this Cancer Foundation isn't just about San Francisco. It's not just about our brothers and sisters here that we've seen succumb to this deadly disease. Tony started a movement, and that movement has spanned the globe. When we were at this convention, countless speakers rose up and talked about their battles with cancer. And the International Association of Firefighters talks about everything they're doing to fight cancer with our membership. We had 300-something people die in this last year, most of them from cancer. And when Tony started this 20 years ago, they never said a word about that at a convention. Nobody knew what to do. It took one person who was sick of seeing his friends die to start this. And in this city where we lead the frontier on so many different parts of life, we now lead the entire fire service in cancer prevention and treatment. And that's all because of Tony Stefani. Please. We're also very fortunate right now to have a mayor that also believes in that fight. Mayor Lurie did something that nobody else has done, and he gave us money in his budget to help test members for cancer. That's never been done before. And when we brought the idea to him, he said, absolutely, we will be the first to do it, and we couldn't be happier that he followed through with that. Currently, we still have a long way to go, but we can't move forward in this fight without acknowledging where we started and how far we've come. We have a resolution that will be heard next year, and we will be pushing for longer cancer coverage in retirement, because when you work this job, you breathe in those gases and those chemicals that cause cancer. They don't go away the day they retire, the day you retire. They stay in your blood, and they kill you eventually. So we have legislation that we will be pushing to extend that. And again, all of this could not have been done without Tony Stefani leading the way. Tony's career here was well documented, and between all the rescues and fires and all of the great things he did as a firefighter in San Francisco, Tony earned the ability to retire as a hero. But instead of retiring as a hero, he decided to keep working for another 20 years for a very noble cause that has helped countless people, countless firefighters, countless family members. And today, instead of retiring as a hero, now Tony retires as a legend. Thank you very much. I'm very pleased to introduce Tony Stefani.
Thank you. Thank all of you for coming this morning. To say that I'm overwhelmed would be an understatement. I'm extremely grateful and honored for this day. Thank you, Mayor Lurie. Thank you, Chief Crispin. Thank you, Supervisor Dorsey and the Board of Supervisors. Thank you, Sam Gebler, President of Local 798. A special thank you to Chris Gruhl from our foundation board for coming up with this idea and all the work that went behind this this day. I consider myself extremely fortunate that I was born and raised in this great city, and even more fortunate that I was able to give back to a profession that has given so much to me. In 2006, when I approached the administration, that time Chief Joanne Hayes-White, and the executive board of Local 798, John Hanley, Joe Moriarty, and Tom O'Connor, with this idea of putting this foundation together, they welcomed it with open arms. They said, go ahead, it's in your hands, make it work. They put their trust in me. I distinctly remember going home that day, telling my wife, Diane, that I had a project, and going to bed that night and staring at the ceiling till about 3 o'clock in the morning, wondering, what the hell are you going to do now? I had a plan, an idea, but I was extremely fortunate to have a mentor, and that was Dr. Marshall Stoller at UCSF, a mentor that I have had for 25 years. The man I credit with saving my life. I confided in him all the time. I asked him what direction we should go in, and he gave me those ideas. I told him that we wanted to have a foundation that would be dedicated to the early detection and prevention of cancer in both our active and retired San Francisco firefighters. And I said, even more importantly too, we wanted to prove the direct link of toxic exposures on this job and these elevated rates of cancer in our profession. And he told me, Tony, you can't prove that link by saying there is a link. You're going to have to show it through science-based studies. And that's exactly what this foundation has done over the last 20 years. We've taken our time, one step at a time, and we have proved that there was this direct link. And it benefited not only the San Francisco Fire Department, but as Sam Gebler said, it has also benefited the entire firefighting profession, and for which I am forever grateful. The screening programs that we have put together have worked out extremely well, and now with the line item in the budget by our great Mayor Lurie, this is even going to get greater. A tremendous amount of work has gone into this, and it's worked out absolutely phenomenal. Our foundation has grown to be a multifaceted foundation. We have an extremely excellent health and navigation committee. We have a financial assistance program. We have an integrative oncology program. We have mental health services. We have a cancer survivorship program. We have a brain cancer peer support group. It's expanded, but it's also tightened. I mean, the strength of this foundation has grown exponentially over the last 20 years. And, you know, I could not be more proud of everything we've done. And I don't want to be long-winded here this morning, but I want to end up, and I want to say this to bring this to an end here. If you're working at Station 1, if you're a member here, if you're detailed in for the day, if you drive by and you see my name on a street sign, I don't want you to think about me. I want it to be a reminder to think about yourself and your health, your family's health. We have done the work, but you have to be your own advocate. You're working in the greatest profession in the world, but also one of the most dangerous. And if things do go sideways, you know damn well that our foundation will be with you every step of the way. On behalf of my family and myself, thank you.